The following is a real-life interaction between two feminists and a couple of dudes on Twitter. Watch as the feminists are unable to contribute to the conversation without becoming unhinged, calling names, invoking the male privilege fallacy, and generally being unable to conduct themselves like normal adults.
A massive harassment campaign to destroy my life was mounted. 2 years later, the world would see the same with the conspiracy.
No. People were upset that you got two innocent men fired over a harmless joke. Don't rewrite history.
You are the one relying on rewriting history. One person was fired, not two, and his own company said it was due to ongoing problems. I'm confident you were not at PyCon that year, and I'm likely to believe you don't even work in tech.
In that sense, you're right. My only connection is planning donations to Weave and Hot Wheels, and maybe just Teen Tony.
You're an armchair detective with heavy bias against people who are different than you, and target them for harassment. I also that you are even of legal drinking age, so you scour forums like 4chan and Reddit, looking to find ways to belong. Another common trait is spending very little time volunteering to help others, either online or offline. I also that you actually participate in anything that is positive or constructive for society, or people in your community. If you are really so convinced you know me yet we've never met, I'm more than happy to meet in person in San Francisco. I doubt you live in the Bay Area, and probably live in the Midwest, like Ohio, so in the end, I'm not willing to engage with you using anger. Thus you'll find me not a very satisfying target.
Adra Richards has just invoked male privilege, insinuated racism, sexism, or other isms, insults his perceived youth, more or less calls him a loser, suggests he isn't charitable, insinuates that living in the Midwest in a place like Ohio is somehow substandard to San Francisco, and angrily closes the conversation by suggesting she isn't an angry person. All the while the original gentleman who spoke with her has long since left the conversation. Jeez. Moving on. Another feminists and two gentlemen join the conversation, and drama ensues.
If I could go back to that day at PyCon and change anything, I would change to being a white man who objected to dongles.
I'm actually curious, if you could go back and change things, would you still put the dongle guy on blast?
Better question is why I'd attended over 250 tech conferences, hackathons, user groups, and meetups in 15 years, with no problems.
That's really not what I asked.
If we could go back and change things, I'd stand in Adria's place. She did nothing wrong.
Curious. Would you rather file a complaint with one of the organizers, rather than use social media vigilante justice?
Please stop with the curious comments. Adria has been threatened and harassed since that day. Nothing to treat so lightly. Second, I see no reason to limit a woman from communicating what she experienced in a public setting, as she chooses. Third, people are blaming Adria for what others did. Asking a woman to be silent so men don't suffer consequences is wrong.
Am I doing such? No. Let's stay on topic. Asking her to address a media organizer is not telling her to be quiet.
So, a man can tell a woman to stay on topic, but a woman can tell a man to stop with passive-aggressive comments. Fuck off.
Please remove the pronouns. Gender has nothing to do with this discussion between me and you.
There is no you and me.
Pull me off, Adria. You're not her agent. We've spoken in the past without any hostility.
I don't give a rat's ass if you believe the woman should have been silent or not. Leave her in peace. Enough.
She's actively discussing the topic. This isn't a random engagement. Are you new to social media?
Amy, it's not worth it. This person is concerned trolling with no skin in the game. Very predictable behavior.
We all have skin in the game. There is no pedestal here.
Such bullshit.
I think you might be a walking, talking example of passive-aggressive behavior. Everything is insult-laden and vulgar. Your behavior would be unacceptable in any meaningful medium where hostility isn't started.
Yeah, see, you don't get to tell me what is or is not acceptable. Fuck off, Steven Adams. Going to block you now. Too much unchecked white male privilege for my taste.
Good to know you attack me and end up blocking me. And in the middle? Vulgarity, insults, and lack of any substance. Good day.
As usual, when trying to hold a conversation with feminists, they resort to vulgar language, then storming off in a huff.
That's what you get for trying to talk to these people, Mr. Adams. Apparently it's never fruitful. Good grief, I mean you tried. You gave it your best shot. You're much better qualified to deal with real children now too.
The irony is that Adra Richards is trying to find work on the internet using her social skills. All an employer needs to do is take one look at her Twitter timeline, and they will have a better picture of her than looking at her LinkedIn page or interviewing her in person. We can only hope that if she wants at some point to become employable again, she will learn that tweets disparaging men, in particularly white men, our generations of youth, people who live in certain parts of America that she deems unworthy, will not win friends and influence people. Instigating and backlashing isn't professional. With online activities, this must be remembered if you are to be taken seriously by even the most ignorant of people who spend any amount of time on the internet. Thanks for joining us again, everyone. Looking forward to seeing you the next time when we examine the social dynamics between a pickup artist and a woman who turns his game right back at him. Take care, and keep loving.